I've been listening to public radio for a considerable amount of time. My mom would always listen to it in the car trips when we would go somewhere. And when that happened, I hated it because it was like, I'm 6 years old and I don't want to listen to current events or anything like that. I would like to listen to Mickey Mouse, please, now. But now I love it. I think it's great. I'll listen to it when I'm in the car by myself and just cruising down the highway. I think it's great that they bring forward like events people don't usually think about. And I love the shows too, like Wait, Don't Tell Me and the Car Talk. It's hilarious. And I think it's just a great opportunity to hear things you don't usually think about, to hear something that's not mainstream, to be a total hipster. But sometimes it's okay to be a hipster, to broaden your mind and your perspective. Then it's okay to be a hipster. It brings new things to the table, which is always great. You know, the routine gets boring. I'm sick of hearing politics, especially American politics. It brings new things, which is great.
Well, what I really fell in love with when I first moved here was morning music with Grady, and it was kind of hard moving here. I didn't have any friends, and I found Grady, and that made it. I was kind of uncertain what the music would be like, but it's very eclectic. It really speaks to me and moves me, makes me move. I love open spaces, and I like the fact that there is fresh air, and it helps me not only feel connected to the I know this will sound really kind of strange, the sort of as I see the outside world, where I came from, but also really connected to what is happening in Wyoming. You get a lot of news and a lot of information that I feel that is mostly unbiased, and I think it's a way to stay connected with what is not only happening locally, nationally, but also worldwide. And it's free.
I like it because it's news, but and they also have excellent music now and then. Sometimes it's weird stuff, but sometimes it's very excellent stuff. Well, when it comes to getting the news, it's very plain and simple. There's no fluffy language like that you would see with networks, for example. And it's just simple news that you can understand. And on top of that, sometimes they have very interesting news segments where they'll talk about something specifically. And I like that. I like that a lot. And then, mixed in there, a little bit of good music.
It's a different form of entertainment that's not so fast. I like the slow pace of it, and how you can actually learn something from listening instead of just getting a lot of information from TV and 30-second sound bites. It's an independent voice that should be represented in the national discussion about events.
It's very useful. It's very productive because it's it's kind of my lifeline to the world, my lifeline to other parts of things that are going on across the country and apart in the region, both culturally as well as politically, economically, so forth. Because there's just so many great services from the Planet Money podcast to, again, This American Life, Snap Judgment. I always had a certain affinity for radio because I'm kind of an audio learner by preference anyway. I'm a big fan of audiobooks, audible.com, kind of an avid podcast fan. So there's many ways you would almost seeing the story on the radio, seeing it through sound, and that was just something that was always has always been very special to me.
My parents have been, Car Talk and All Things Considered and This American Life have been in the background of my childhood for as long as I can remember. So, and I've always lived in Wyoming, so it's always been Wyoming Public Radio specifically. So when I was a kid, we would we didn't have a TV, so instead we would hang out in the kitchen in their living room or something, and on the weekends and listen to All Things Considered or This American Life or Prairie Home Companion. So it was a family thing that we did. It is a fascinating mix of both local and local news and international and national news, and also just sort of a great mix of, like actual news programs and entertainment programs, and all of it I think is culturally relevant, and it's also relevant to young people of today and also to other generations. So I think it's pretty much, there's something that would interest everyone, I think, basically. So if you don't like Card Talk, you might like something else instead, like All Things Considered or This American Life or something like that. So or just a news program. So I think there's something for everyone